going on YouTube? Back again. Today we're in Sherman, Texas. That JLG load that I did on my first video, we dropped that off this morning. I got emptied out around, after all my stops, I got emptied out around, I want to say about 1 o'clock. And right away I already had a reload for this, where I'm at now. I'm at a place called Cooper Beeline. Most prime drivers that work for Prime know what I'm talking about. It's here in Sherman, Texas. That's my trailer, if you can see it or not. That's my trailer over there getting loaded. Well, they were loading it now. I think they're on break or something. But grabbing that, I got another load that has 3 stops. It's supposed to be an overnight run. We'll see how it goes. First stop is in another part of Texas. I can't remember exactly what it's called. And then I've got 2 stops in Louisiana. Last stop is going to be right there in New Orleans, which is nice because I haven't been there in a while, so that's going to be pretty nice. Everything went pretty good. Didn't hit no traffic this morning, which was really shocking for Dallas. For most people who lives in Dallas, who have driven through Dallas, Dallas is ridiculous. It's already bad enough with the construction they go on over there, but traffic on top of that just is crazy. And it was raining, so that just adds to it. I just figured I'd do a quick video. I guess just go over, like, show you my truck. I know I didn't do that in my first video, but I figured just give you some kind of content while I'm waiting on my load. Give me something to do, give you guys a video. And before I go on, if y'all have any advice, or if you don't like what I'm talking about, or I'm not giving you enough information, or I'm bad for rambling on. If I'm rambling on a lot, let me know. I'm new to this. I just want to try to help people and just kind of show you what we do for a living, but also help people, you know. So any advice would be nice, or basically any comments. So this is my truck right here, 2015 Freightliner. When I originally went to Prime, when I went to upgrade, I didn't want a blue truck. That was my biggest thing. I didn't want a blue truck. I hated how they looked on the pictures. I didn't want one. Like I said, I don't know if I said in the first video, but when I first started Prime, I was reefer. So it was winter time. They didn't really have any trucks to choose from at the time. I was eager to get on the road and start making some money, so I didn't want to wait. I really wanted to get a Peterbilt, but I wasn't willing to wait for like another week, 2 weeks for them to come in. We were walking through the yard. They had a bunch of Freightliners. They had some maroons ones, purples, and some blue ones. We walked past this truck, I don't know how many times, and it just didn't catch my eye. My wife was just pretty much leaving it up to me to pick out something, and it just wasn't catching my eye. I didn't really like it. And then it was snowy, and the truck was covered in snow and ice. And then the sun came out, and it was still pretty cold, but it got pretty warm. And the snow and ice kind of melted away, and it kind of showed the cleanliness of the truck. You might not be able to tell it now, but it's got like diamond flake in the blue, so it cleans up really nice. And I'm a big Seahawks fan. I'm originally from North Carolina, next to Asheville. But I've been living in Seattle for the past 5 years. That's where my wife's from. Well, we don't have a home per se. We stay on the truck, but that's where our mailing address is, basically. That's where we go home to see my stepdaughters and see the rest of the family, on my wife's side anyways. And so anyway, my wife noticed, she said, that if you look at this, is really Seahawk colors. It's blue, lime green, and then silver, which is, the main colors that we run on our uniforms, which that was a big turn on for me. So that really made me start questioning if I wanted this truck or not, because I really started noticing that. And at the end of it, I decided I'd take it. It had 0 miles on it. It was ridiculous not to take it. I mean, it was a brand new truck. No one had ever even driven it, so it was something that, I'd be able to break it in my way, how I wanted to drive. I would know everything wrong with that truck from day one. And so I took it. I've had this truck, I only have a year left on this lease, so I've had this truck for 2 years, and in those 2 years, I haven't had, knock on steel, get that out the way, I haven't had one breakdown that kept me from rolling. Well, I lied to you. I just told you a fib right there. I'm bad for that. I had a belt break on it for the alternator. Don't know what caused it to break. Still don't know what made it break up to this day. I just know it broke. So they didn't really, they only shut me down for like a couple hours waiting for the service truck to come out because there was no one around me that could get me a belt. So they had to bring one from a different town. I was in Nebraska when that happened. So they sent a service truck up that had some replacement belts, taking more stuff to my trailer, it looks like. And so they brought the belt. Besides that, I had a hub go out on the passenger side that made all my hub oil go out, but I was taking home time anyways. So I wouldn't really say it shut me down because I was going home. I was taking time off at our main terminal in Springfield. My personal pickup is there. So whenever we go home, if we want to break off the truck, that's usually where we go, is just the terminal. And so that's about it, realistically. I mean, every other time I've ever been in the shop, it's for maintenance issues, and usually it's for that hunk of junk right over there underneath that tarp. It's a APU unit. It works great when the sun's not out and it's not hot, but when it's hot, it just doesn't keep up. So that's usually the main reason. Pretty much any prime driver would know when you're in the shop, that's what it's for. Besides that, I haven't had any problems with this truck. It's been great. I couldn't ask for a better truck. And yeah, I mean, it's great. You know, those are the headache racks they put on our trucks. I would give you the gear information, but I really don't know what it is, to be honest with you. Peterbilts and stuff, when you come over here, if you do flatbed and you do get a Peterbilt, your box will be a whole lot bigger than this one. Because this Freightliner, and it has the big fairings, they put the smaller box on it. If you get a mid-roof Freightliner, your box will be large because your fairing is a lot smaller. I always keep a shovel. If you're going to go flatbed, biggest thing is buy a ladder. Ladders are awesome. Even at 6'3", there's times I just need something to get on top of the load. I know they're great. My lumber tarps are up top. My steel tarps on the bottom. And that's basically how everything's set up. You know, I mean, it's just been a good truck, you know. It worked out great, you know. So, I mean, I really have no complaints. The only other thing they had to do was they had to take this fifth wheel plate, the whole plate, and it originally sat here around these areas, and then they unbolted it and they moved it back, and Freightliner recut holes and remounted it, because even with it slid all the way back where it originally was, my steers was always overweight. So that's about the only thing they had to do to it. Besides that, man, I mean, I can't complain about this truck. It's been great. It hasn't let me down yet. And I've hauled everything under the moon with it. But I think they're hollering at me to come get my load. I just want to do a quick video, just kind of show you the basics around the truck. On my next video about this truck, I'll go more in detail with it. But until then, y'all stay safe. We'll see you on the flip side. Keep the wheels on the ground, and subscribe. And like I said, if you have any comments about how I'm doing it, or if you don't like how I'm doing things, just let me know. I just want to make the best videos I can for you guys. Just let me know. Y'all be safe, and we'll talk to you soon.